It was supposed to be a dream vacation, right? A week in the sun, escaping the everyday grind. But what I didn't know was that this trip would turn into a nightmare. And it all started with a hotel. I checked in, excited to finally get some rest after a long flight. But from the moment I stepped into my room, something felt off. The sheets were stained. The bathroom was filthy. The air conditioning didn't work, and the noise from outside, impossible to ignore. I figured, hey, maybe I was just being picky. But when I went down to the front desk to ask for another room, I was met with the coldest, most dismissive attitude. The receptionist barely acknowledged me, rolling his eyes when I asked if there were any other rooms available. "That's the best we have," he said, as if I had just ruined his entire day with a simple request. I was exhausted, and I just wanted to make the best of it. But as the day wore on, things didn't get better. The noise from the street was unbearable. The Wi-Fi kept cutting out, and when I went to grab dinner at the hotel restaurant, they served me something that made me sick. I tried to stay calm, but after a couple of days of this nonsense, I reached my breaking point. I went back down to the front desk, and this time, I demanded a refund. The manager, who had been so friendly at check-in, suddenly became stone cold, saying they couldn't issue any kind of refund or compensation. I was stunned. I was in a foreign country, already exhausted, sick from the food, and now I was stuck in a hotel that was more of a nightmare than a place to rest. I don't think I've ever felt so helpless. I was in tears. I didn't know what to do, and that's when I remembered something I had signed up for before leaving home. Travel insurance. I'd never really thought much about it. You know, the whole "I'll be fine" mentality. But here I was, needing it more than ever. So I decided to reach out to my insurance company, just to see what could be done. Honestly, I didn't have high hopes. I figured I'd end up in another long line of customer service representatives who would just tell me to deal with it. But to my surprise, the team on the other end was so understanding. They listened to everything I said and assured me they'd take care of things. Within hours, they were able to get me a full refund from the hotel for the nights I didn't stay. And not only that, they helped me book a new, much nicer hotel with a room that was everything the original one wasn't. It felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. And let me tell you, that made all the difference. In the end, I was able to salvage my trip, and I even had a great time exploring the area without any more headaches. But I'm not going to lie. If I hadn't had that insurance, I would have been stuck. I might have been out thousands of dollars, and my vacation would have been ruined for good. That's why I want to share this with you. If you're traveling, especially to places where you don't know the ins and outs, get travel insurance. It's not a luxury, it's a safety net. And don't make the mistake I made. Don't think it's just a waste of money. I found a service that's really reliable and easy to work with, Aura.insure. I wasn't even planning on talking about it here, but honestly, it was a lifesaver for me. They were able to help me with everything I needed, no questions asked, no hassle. It's the kind of thing that you don't think you'll need until you're in that moment, until you're in a bad situation, and you're so grateful you've got something to fall back on. So, if you're planning a trip anytime soon, do yourself a favor. Look it up. Trust me, it's one of those things you'll be glad you did. And I truly hope your travels are smooth and stress-free. But if something goes wrong, you'll know you've got that backup. That peace of mind? Worth its weight in gold.